heartbroken, devastated, and I'm sure there is a lot of anger in Tallahassee as a result of this.
It was an unprecedented moment in college football. Florida State, you just saw them there. They're not going to be in the playoffs despite an undefeated season. The Seminoles won their conference, the ACC, with a win over Louisville on Saturday. According to the selection committee's chairman, Boo Corrigan, a, quote, really big factor was the team would be without their star quarterback, Jordan Travis, who broke his leg last month.
Florida State head coach Mike Norvell did not mince words. Quote, I'm disgusted and infuriated with the committee's decision. He added, quote, a team that overcame tremendous adversity and found a way to win doing whatever it took on the field was cheated today. It's a sad day for college football. Undefeated Washington and Michigan will compete, as will one-loss teams Alabama and Texas. The Seminoles will play Georgia in the Orange Bowl. And Cari Champion, CNN contributor, is at the table with us. Good morning.
Good morning. Good to be here in person.
I have decided how much I care about this story after Phil's emails to me yesterday. No, seriously. For people who woke up to this headline and were like, what? I don't get it.
Yeah.
How did this happen and why does it matter?
Well, it matters for a few reasons, right? Because the essence of sports is if you win, you get to move on. You lose, you go home. We have an undefeated team that doesn't get to play in the game that matters the most. It's unheard of. The college football playoff system is supposed to reward the best and the most deserving. So let me ask you this. Who should be in, the most deserving or the best team? When you hear that, what do you think, Poppy?
They're not the same thing?
Shouldn't they be? And this is the first time in this particular era and this system in which it works with the college football playoff system, the most deserving and the best don't match. I'm going to be honest. I am not a fan of either team. I don't have a dog at all in this race, but Alabama is the better team. But Florida State is the most deserving. And the committee had to make that choice.
And it's an almost impossible choice to make. Someone was going to be really angry no matter what. I agree. Having watched Alabama this weekend, they're pretty darn good.
You were there?
I was there.
I think Caitlin Collins
also agrees. We got some breaking news on that as well.
I think she does.
But I think what's striking to me is, first off, I'm an Ohio State guy. In 2014, we lost our starting quarterback, and guess who won the national championship? Ohio State. It was a really great story. Granted, they beat Wisconsin by 59 points in the Big Ten championship game. Do we want to keep going through the history of this?
We're good, Phil.
Is that not this is for? I think the tough thing for me was reading the Jordan Travis tweet. He's the quarterback, broke his legs, had a sensational season, a sensational career since he transferred to Florida State, saying, quote, devastated, heartbroken, and so much disbelief right now. I wish my leg broke earlier in the season so y'all could see this team is much more than the quarterback. I thought results matter.
Results should matter. You know, here's the thing. This is the last year of the 14 playoff. Next year it goes to 12. But I really will be honest with you. That committee of people who sat in a room in Grapevine, Texas, decided ratings matter most.
Expand on that. I think it's an important point.
This is not so much about the most deserving team. They felt that without Jordan, they weren't going to be able to look as good on television, wouldn't be able to have that many ratings. I honestly believe that is exactly why they picked Alabama. Alabama is a powerhouse. The SEC, the conference in which they are in, is arguably the best that there is in college football, and so is Nick Saban in terms of a coach. I felt like if there was another coach, perhaps, that wasn't as decorated, they wouldn't have made it in. Alabama absolutely is the best team and the better team. Because Michigan, now knowing that they have to face Alabama, feels
watch that. Oh, the video,
away.
Video of their team watching their announcement.
They're like, oh, not Florida State. But the reality is that this isn't fair. They were robbed in plain sight. And if I was Coach Norville, I'd be disgusted as well.
I know we go to 12 next year, so this won't be this can't happen again. But people are mad. Rick Scott tweeting his disapproval. Democratic Congressman Jared Moskowitz of Florida also going as far as to say he'll introduce a resolution to condemn the decision. I think he's serious.
He's serious.
I think he's serious. Can the way these are decided change? Because it's so subjective.
It is subjective, and I'm glad you said that. That's all it is at the end of the day. I wish I could tell you that it's fair, but it's subjective. It's 4 or 5 people sitting in a room who have the most influence who decide this is what's going to happen. These are the people that we care the most about. And if we're just honest, just on a pure eye test, it's going to be subjective. Florida State, undefeated. They should definitely be there. I can't lie about that. But I do agree that the team is different without their quarterback. They're not as exciting. They're not as fun or flashy. And I'm sorry, folks, this is show business. With the introduction of NIL, name, image, and likeness, these kids are making millions of dollars. And this is a business. I know we thought it was amateurism, but this is a business. And they made it clear.
You know, we see character in the worst moments, right? And I think Jordan Travis showed his character through and through and through. And I'm a huge fan of his. after learning who he was yesterday.
I was very impressed. You got really into the story.
I'm really
and now
into
we're
it.
just gonna
So
talk
you're
about
on your
this
interest
forever
meter.
from
You're
here on.
like at a. You're like at.
I'm at like a 10.
When Poppy goes in, she goes all in.
Oh,
Well, I had to Google every line of Mattingly's email yesterday, and now I'm into it. Now I'm into it.
Do you think it's fair, or do you even you just like?
No, I'm on Team U.
Yeah, you get it. You get
But
it.
then I want Alabama for Caitlin.
I know.
Not Michigan
I
for
know,
Phil, and it's all.
I know,
It's,
Alabama
nobody-
needs
it's a
help with
lot
more
of
fans.
emotions.
Alabama needs more fans.
Right now.
That's what they
It's
need.
a
They
lot of
really-
emotions,
so
and everyone's
humble
in the
and subtle
middle.
about their talents.
Thank you, Cari.
Awesome to have
Thank you
here.
guys for having me. Yeah.